Hello, this is Steven from K-Scale Models, and today I'm doing a video on where to find 3D printed Gunpla. Now, this video is aimed at those that are getting into 3D printing Gunpla. Old hands will probably know most of this. However, at the end, I'm going to go over why I think people are saying they can't find 3D printed Gunpla. So, yeah, let's go for it. Um, First off, I would always look on Thingiverse. Now, Thingiverse has a lot of problems with it. There's many parts of the site that are actually broken, and they've had a lot of controversy. So, I'm personally trying to weed myself off of them, but at the moment, they are the site with the most Gunpla on it. There is something like 45 pages, unless someone's uploaded something this morning. I think someone has because it wasn't this big earlier. That's interesting. That wasn't there this morning. So, yeah, get the idea. There's a lot of gunplay here, and it ranges from weapons like that up until someone has put up full 3D assets of Gundams. Bear in mind, some of these don't work, and you may need a bit of modeling skill to get them to work. The next place I would check is MyMiniFactory. Now, this is a tiny community regarding Gunpla compared to Thingiverse. As I said, it's 45 pages there. In this, there's 16 paid for models, so Thingiverse is all free. MyMiniFactory does have paid models. These ones are from Lootbox Plus. And then we've got 65 models in total. That's not a lot. Now you can see, yes, I do upload to this site. I upload to all the sites that I'm going to be recommending today. So the next place is Cults 3D. Now Cults has found 547. So how this actually works in the background is they are importing models from Thingiverse. So if you're a creator on both platforms, it will allow you to automatically import from one to the other. So yeah. Now, this also does have free and paid models in it. So yeah, you get a variety of choices there. The next place is Cults. Oh, not Cults. CGTrader. Now, CGTrader is not meant for 3D printing. You see here, there is a button where you can find 3D printed models, but the site's focus is not on 3D printed models. It's on 3D assets. So, well, yes, you can find a bunch of models that will work. Not all of them are. Now, I would go on this site for rigged models. Rigged models, if you're unaware, basically will let you mess around and turn this T-posing model into something that looks like this guy over here. So you have to have a bit of modeling skill with this. Now, some of these models like this are not actually capable of being 3D printed, or if they are, you will need to put a lot of work in to get them to look as good as they do here. I'll just reference Man's recent video he's done on 3D printing Yukari. He got Yukari from this site, and basically there's a lot of things with the model, with the way the shells have been set up, that would work fine for a 3D asset but not work for 3D printing. So be aware of that to use this site effectively, you have to have a bit of skill with Blender. So I'm just throwing this out there so that you can see what you can get. Now, if you're wondering where people are actually posting things for like what they're doing, it's the 3D Printed Gunpla Facebook group. Now, there's a simple reason for us posting here. Most other Facebook groups have two rules in them. No selling, so if we're putting up, say, paid models like Lootbox Plus is doing here, no. So we can't do that. And that kind of limits quite a lot of what people are putting up. The other thing is that some Facebook groups do not allow third-party kits. Now, there is, we'll just say, a bit of controversy in the community regarding third-party kits. I'm not going to get into that, but some might consider 3D printed models to be third-party kits because, well, what's the difference? So, yeah, this is where we post. And if we just scroll down, we can see someone's working on a conversion that looks very much like Death Sight. I think it's actually an iron-blooded orphan suit underneath. Yep, so we see people working on a lot of random stuff, and it's not just cases of this is what I'm designing. If we scroll down far enough, we'll get to posts like this where people have printed off models that they have found or they've bought. So, yeah. Now, to go with this, I've helped the guys out here and made the repository. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not an admin on this site. I don't have any admin powers, I just use it a lot and like talking to the guys here. So, this though is the 3D printed repository. It basically is just all the 3D printed files I found that are of note and basically collected into here. Now, sometimes I will go grab ones that people are posting to here. Other times I'll bang into them on Thingiverse or other sites and upload them. But you are allowed to go in yourself and add in your own files. So yeah, don't feel that you have to contact me for anything apart from anything that's broken. And I'll explain that more in a moment. But yeah, you're allowed to go and edit it. So just a quick overview of what it's got. The name of the file, the creator, what type of file it is, what scale it is, has it been tested or not, what series it's from, and where it is. And as you can see, there's a lot of things from Thingiverse. As I said, I'm trying to weed myself off of it, but until something better comes out, it looks like Thingiverse is here to stay. As I said, we've got paid models here, so no problem with you advertising your own models. Now, with this, there is an extra column, cost, so be upfront on how much it actually costs for this. Now, there's multiple bits for links. This is because I'm expecting people to be uploading to multiple sites, so it might be a case that you need more than one box, so that's what that's there for. We also have Patreon, so there's me, K-Scale Models. We've got Lootbox Plus, who I showed you some of his work earlier. Slowbee Mechanics, I believe he's recently just posted something, so I need to go and update this. Where was it? Yeah, he's made this flag, or over flag I think it is. But yeah. And Battle Boss Heavy Industry, I believe, is going to be doing a lot of lot of wing stuff, Gundam Wing. So try to find his post quickly. Yeah. So far he's made a trailer for a Leo. I'm not sure if there's other things because I'm not part of his Patreon, so yeah. That is kind of what he's doing. So yeah, I will update this, although I have asked them to go and update because at the end of the day this is kind of their stuff and advertising for them. We do have physical models, but if you've got a 3D printer, I'm not expecting you to be interested in this. We've got a how-to at the end, and this just explains what you need to do for uploading stuff and all the different definitions. Now, we can add to this. It might be a case that there's something that needs to go in here. So, yeah, feel free to do that. Others kind of a catch-all for the moment. It's more meant for those random sort of ramen cup models that people make and other silly things. So, yeah. We've also got my email here, so if you break something and can't work out how to fix it, just go there and email me. I'll fix it for you. So, that is where to find 3D printed Gunpla. So, if that's all you're here for, thank you for watching. If not, a little bit more that I'm going to go through. And I think this is kind of why we're seeing the problems of people coming into the community and just not knowing where the 3D printed Gunpla's at. So, let's just take a step back and pretend we are a new person coming into 3D printing Gunpla. We go into YouTube and see what others are saying, and we start to see the same names, or if we start to scroll down, we start to get into videos that aren't actually 3D printed or Gunpla or both. So yeah, you start to see that this doesn't end up going down the path we were expecting, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of good articles about this. So yeah, straight off that would make me go, okay, where are people actually getting models from? So yeah, that's a big problem. The next is if you search 3D printed Gunpla on Google, first one you get is Cult, so that does lead you to this, although as I said, it's not the biggest repository. Thingiverse still is. The next one is All 3DP's article regarding the best 3D printed Gunpla models out there, and oh boy is this not aged well. So this was made back in 2020. Now back then there was more models than what they're showing here, but this is what they've picked, and some of them are like this. So you see this model here has got a lot of layer lines and a big crack along here, so that's actually a failed print. The video for that is on here, so if we scroll down enough we'll find it. So yeah, there's the guy's video, 3 years old. So yeah, it's not aged well, and resin printers are giving us a lot better detail. I will still say go FDM for new guys, but if you want to just get the quality resin, fair enough. It's just the cost that you'll have to worry about. But anyway, that's their opening picture. And then we get into this, which, yeah, that's a very nice model. I would have said that would have been better for an opening one. We've then got St. Andrew here. Now, this, if we go for the link to it, well, first off, they're just grabbing people's models that they've uploaded and said, hey, look at what I've made, not the original. So I have to go into there. But straight away, just that picture. Green, clear green resin, I will print in it, but it is a nightmare to take a picture of. And that's kind of what this guy's done. He's put a spray paint cover on just so you can see this thing. So yeah, that is something you have to be aware of when taking pictures, but they don't seem to have done this and said this is the #1 print for Gunpla. So yeah, it's stuff like this all the way through. Like this has got huge layer lines, so this is obviously quite an old print. This one, okay, that's a fairly nice print. It's used dual extrusion to get the two colors, but it's not exactly the best picture to show off Gunpla. Like this is a much better picture, and I actually want to go print this now. This one again, this is a very good model. I'd recommend it, but the picture used is not the best. I think he's even got better pictures on the Thingiverse account. So yeah, I know that that's CG, so you don't really want to use that, but that would have been better. So yeah, and then yeah, stencil, fair enough. This action-based thing gets around quite a lot. I've seen this being printed out a few times, so yeah, I'd recommend that. This is also a very good model, but we're getting down to like model 8. Then we get down to the very last one, and this is a model from 2015, if I remember right. Let's just go check. Yeah, uploaded 2015 by No Edge. No Edge no longer makes models, although if you go to his channel, you'll see that he or she, I don't know them too well, stopped posting just before this article was written. So yeah, it's understandable them putting it up, but it's kind of a case that this article hasn't aged well. And if you are coming in to basically into the 3D printing community and you see this, yeah, this is not what I would be saying is a good look for 3D printing Gunpla. I would either put people off or get them rather confused about where to find 3D printed Gunpla. So, if you find some lost sheep that has no idea where to find 3D printed Gunpla, direct them to the Facebook page, direct them to the repository, Thingiverse, MyMiniFactory, Cults, and CGTrader. This way, they'll get the full spectrum. You do also find some models on Etsy, just going back to the page here. Mr. Tson here, who runs the page, actually does have an Etsy page. So do I. Many creators do, just to sell the STLs. But yeah, there's a whole host of people also selling through this, so you can find things on it. But generally, I've linked them in the repository, so that should help you find the guys there, although I might have missed some. So, thank you for watching.